buddies for life.
What's going on, guys? This is Drake Allen, man. We're back here with the second episode ever of Thunder the Up. Somehow my little brother found his way back on,
We're back
on the set. But, guys, we're wounded right now. I just wanted to immediately report on the game right after. We got our ass kicked tonight. Nothing short of it. We lost 110 to 88. We scored fewest points scored this season. Paul George, he didn't play bad. He had 30 points. Paul George was Paul George. Russ was terrible. Russ went 0 from 8 from the field before he ever scored his first bucket.
It was the third quarter, right?
Third quarter. It was halfway through the third quarter. And then on top of that, he picked up his another technical foul, which this technical foul marked his 16th of the season, which that in the NBA textbook gives you're suspended for your next game afterwards. So now he's going to miss the Monday night game against Miami here in Oklahoma City. Just on some dumb the play he got pissed off on and got the technical foul on is when he got fouled by Klay Thompson. And it was really a retaliation play. Yeah. And all he did was bounce back and
bowed up against Klay.
The ref teched him up. That was that. Boom.
I mean, it was an obnoxious play.
But, not only that, we just scored terribly offensively. If 30 of the points went through Paul George, that means 50 points were scored by our whole entire team. That's awful. But we're such a defensive team, that goes to tell you how bad we struggle offensively. I mean, we're really good defensively, but because of that, at times we struggle to get creative on the offensive end.
Yeah. If we get stuck in the half court, I will say that's when we're
I'll tell you this. How many? I'll give you an idea of how many opportunities we get on the offensive end that we don't take advantage of. We have 656 steals with second chance opportunities, which is an NBA best. And we go out and put up 88 points. We're the best defensive team, but we're basically at times some of the worst offensive team out there. I mean, it makes me upset. Really, it just makes me upset. And then we watch the Splash Brothers be the Splash Brothers. Steph Curry went for 30 plus. I think Klay Thompson did his thing. Draymond Green, he did his thing. I don't know if he was kicking people in the nuts or not, but
he was giving them love taps. I saw him run down the court. He was getting love taps.
I mean, and that's just what they do, though. I mean, but the thing is what they did. They tired us out on the defensive end, which is where we're strong at, by running these picks and getting around them and getting up easy shots and in a defense that's not rotating all the way just by passing the ball. You know what's quicker than a person? A pass. No human can outrun a pass. And Golden State exemplifies that offense, the way they run it and the way they move without the ball. It's almost impossible to defend. It's too tough to defend. Honestly, it is impossible to defend. The word to use for it is contain. All you can do is contain it to a certain extent, and that's it. And you can prepare for it to your best ability. But I mean, when you got shooters on the floor like Klay and Steph and really Iguodala, I mean, I could keep going on and on with the type of talent that they got on the offensive end. But that's too hard to, like I said, defend. And the more up and down that we play at times is better for us. But like I said, we get caught up in Golden State, the way they play up and down and quick without the ball. We play just here to give you an idea. I wrote down a stat with all of our listen to this, and I do mean this. All of our steals that we get for second chance points, when we go to score, we score within 9 seconds. Meaning we don't around on the other end of the floor after we get a steal. We go and score the ball. We don't go get a steal and then go down the court and use 24 seconds taking their time to get a good shot. We get a steal and we go score. So when we do that, we're good. We get caught up in sometimes what Golden State does is hurry up to the other end of the floor to get a good shot. And I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, if you play ball, that makes sense. I mean, sometimes it's within 9 seconds, but Golden State will run a transition game where they'll run a fast break to get down there to swing the ball 6 or 7 times just to stroke it. I mean, and that's where they're impossible to defend, really. I mean, you've seen it tonight. We don't have enough help on the bench. We don't have enough help on the bench to even stop Plus, we get out coached.
Yeah.
Nothing against Billy Donovan, and he's a good coach, like I said. But when you have a guy like Steve Kerr, who was in the locker room with Michael Jordan.
How many championships has he won? Has he been a part of?
So he's got 3 at Golden State. This is why I'm going to tell you why Steve Kerr to me is a better coach. Steve Kerr not only has 3 as a coach at Golden State, but he's got 5 or 6 as a player in Chicago. I even think he's got 1 in San Antonio, if I'm incorrect. So, I mean, the guy knows what it takes to get to the next level. I mean, he really does. If you've actually, Corey, at maybe some point you can pull this up, you'll see Steve Kerr breaking clipboards. He don't around, dude. I mean, the guy doesn't around, as laid back as he looks in some of his interviews, as chill as he seems. He's an animal. He's more of a dog than some of those guys are on the court. I mean, if you got to think about it like this, to coach a caliber of player like Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, it takes a dog coach to keep them and not fire them. I mean, you look at guys like LeBron; they run coaches off. That Los Angeles Lakers coach is about to get fired. Luke Walton, he's about to get fired. LeBron's played for more NBA coaches. LeBron's his own coach at this point. He's fired Mike Brown pretty much, that Russian coach who came to Cleveland. What was that Russian coach's name? You know what I'm talking about, Nolan?
No, I can look it up.
That he coached at Cleveland. He got him fired pretty much. He almost got Ty Lue fired. Almost got Eric Spoelstra fired at Miami. I mean, those are guys that they're hard to coach. Those caliber players, those superstar players, they're hard to manage because it's such a players' league. It's not a coach's league anymore. It's not. Point simple. So when you get a guy with that big of an ego and that talented, genuinely that talented, and that guy who has that big of an ego, that much of a pride, he's too hard to coach, dude. He's way too hard to coach. That really is the facts of it. Hold on, I wrote down a couple other things that I want to go on to. Oh, to complement what I was talking about on the defensive end with us, between Russell Westbrook and Paul George, they've alternated between 1 and 2 all year and leading the league in steals on the defensive end. So these guys don't around on the defensive end, dude. They fiend for blood, dude. They really are. They're 2 of the best defenders in the league. But yet in this offensive scoring league, we want to know guys as offensive players, regardless of what they're doing on the defensive end. And people don't want to go get it noticed. But here I am. I'm just telling you that traditionally is how that produces those guys' offense, particularly Paul George and Russell Westbrook when they lead the league in steals. They've been alternating between 1 and 2. And to be honest, a lot of people don't think James Harden's been playing defense, and I'll stand corrected because I don't think I said last time he didn't play defense on my last episode because I still don't think he does. But I've seen a couple stats where he was up there regarding top steals in the league. Now, Paul George and Russ still are among top leaders in the league on deflections and loose balls, recovered loose balls. So not only are they hitting these balls, they're picking them up. I mean, we're going the other way with them. They're making it into a turnover. They're not just batting the ball away and disrupting the flow of the offense. So, I mean, I want that to go noticed in this guy's play. That should be transparent when you watch these guys. But it's such an offensive-driven league. It goes without saying. It's pretty rhetorical, to be honest. But and also too, what I also noticed, I wrote this down, with that win, with Golden State's win, to give you an idea of tonight was a bad mixture because Golden State's hot on the road. They got the NBA best record on the road. So not only they just beat our ass in our own home, unfortunately, I hate to say that, and I'm a Thunder fan, but they're the best team on the road in the NBA. So I know they didn't have Kevin Durant tonight, but regardless of them playing without their best player, playing in our house, I mean, this is what they do. They're the NBA champions. I mean, there's nobody who's been playing better ball than these guys over the past stretch of 5 years. I mean, we got to come and bring it. I mean, Russ going 0 for 8 before he ever makes a bucket in the middle of the third is unacceptable. You don't win a ball game that way. And then Dennis Schroeder comes in off the bench, and we get more production, and we close the gap in point spread. more with our backup point guard in the game than we do with him in it. No offense. And I know, I mean, he just stresses me out and every other Thunder fan. But, and it also just goes to prove, too, how much Dennis Schroeder has been effective to our franchise this year. He's up there for Sixth Man of the Year, which is a big deal. I mean, he's up there for Sixth Man of the Year, and he's the top 3 candidate for it. It's between him and Lou Williams and another cat. I can't remember. But we got, and Dennis Schroeder comes in when Russ is struggling. And to be honest, if we see Russ is going 0 for 8, I get he's a superstar and we paid him $232 million contract. But let's just pull him. Let's pull him. It's like that for any other person when they play bad that they get pulled. So why is that not that way for Russ? Especially when we got a guy behind him like Dennis Schroeder who's proven to be effective. I mean, pull him. Give him a break. Or put Dennis Schroeder in the game with him and then take the ball out of Russ's hands and stop making him the primary ball handler and make Dennis Schroeder the primary ball handler. Simple. But yet we want to continue to run the ball through him and just force it through him because honestly this is what's up about the league is we've invested money in him. And so we feel like we've got to play through him. Regardless of how effective he's been. And that's what's frustrating about professional sports at times because it's turned into a players-driven league rather than a coaches' league. And the organization loses control of these athletes when they decide to pay them the money that they pay them. When nobody else in that when the guy who strokes through checks is making less than the guy who just wrote a check for it. I mean, or equivalent to it. You know what I mean? Especially when you start talking about franchises with part-time owners. I mean, it's simple. Mm-hmm. Simple. Guys, a couple other I want to talk about a couple other things other than Oklahoma City Thunder basketball. I'm a big Miami Dolphins fan. We just let go of our starting quarterback, Ryan Tannehill. Yeah. Just let go.
That was a good stretch. It was.
No, fuck that. That was a terrible stretch. I like Ryan. God bless Ryan.
He's a good guy.
Let's sing him a hymn. Fuck him.
Hail to the no.
So we sang him a hymn. He's gone. He's in Tennessee. Get the out of here, Ryan. Sorry, Chad. You got a lot of bleeps to do, buddy. I apologize for you. But I love it. I'm excited because now I know we're going to go after a quarterback. We're going to at least, if we trade up in the draft, which is what I think we're going to do, I hope we do. Hope we trade up to go get Kyler Murray. But I doubt we're going to. I doubt we do. And I think we'll still go out there and get a quarterback. There's still some good ones out there. Haskins is out there, although they think he's going to the Giants. But, at this point, it's all just hearsay until draft day. It doesn't matter. It's all just hearsay until draft day. But the fact that we got rid of our starting quarterback shows that we're willing to bring people in. I've also heard Teddy Bridgewater from New Orleans Saints was supposed to come in, but he re-signed recently with the New Orleans Saints. So, hell, we're going to have to go draft somebody, dude. We're going to have to go trade for somebody. And I don't want to trade for nobody. I want to go get the damn son out of Norman. I want to get him.
He's a playmaker.
I know Arizona wants him. I'll take him. Let's talk about basketball again. Back to Duke. Duke just won the ACC tournament. The NCAA championship will be going on early in next week. Or no, the selection show is tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Selection show is tomorrow, so it will be going on Tuesday, I reckon. It'll be going on Tuesday. Duke just won the ACC conference championship. They look solid. Zion's back. I don't even think he was hurt. The kid...
It was set up.
No, honestly, obviously his shoe blew out, and I think he went to the locker room to get his new shoe. But when he did that, I think they told him, dude, chill. Dude, we're going to the damn... We're going to win the ACC tournament, and we're going to the NCAA. Dude, they're going to win the NCAA tournament. There's no question. Not.
You think so?
Well, they didn't win the Maui, and I think... Well, I got a buddy, I should say, who thinks that generally when they don't win the Maui, they go on to win the championship. How true that is, I don't know. He also thinks everything's rigged. At times, I do too. At times. But we'll see how it all goes. I think North Carolina's good. They got a good ball club. With that dude with the hair all over the place.
Point guard?
Yep, he's good. Luke May's solid. Big fifth-year senior. He's solid for North Carolina. He looks good. I hope that Duke and North Carolina actually do meet up again in a tournament. I mean, every time they play, it's a throwdown. There was a 1-point ball game last time they played in their ACC tournament. I mean, every time they play, it's a throwdown. Every time. My alumni, my Alabama men's basketball, got kicked by Kentucky. I mean, nothing short of it. It was 70. I think it was 78-55. I mean, hell, I looked at the Alabama men's basketball Twitter page. It was terrible. It was terrible. All he did was tweet a picture of the SEC bracket, men's bracket, what was left of it. Yeah, basically just kind of giving that out, and it said all we can do is hope for the NCAA's and have praying hands. I mean,
That don't sound.
I mean, are we going on hopes and wishes here? Dude, you're terrible. You got 18-15 record. We're tweeting pictures of hands. Hopes and wishes. Dude, don't get your kicked. Don't get your ass kicked. But shout out to the seniors. They got good seniors on that ball club. I mean, Dante Hall, he's gone. Good senior. Scored over 1,000 points. Big time monster. Big time monster down low for him. I mean, good kid. I think Dejon Ingram's almost out of there. But they got good cats coming up between John Petty and they got that point guard. I think his name was Lyle out of Texas or something like that. He's good.
Is he a one and done player though?
No, he's not that. He's not Colin Sexton. What's we got caught paying Colin Sexton. When you get caught paying Colin Sexton, kind of up your recruiting. I mean, look at our record this year. We're 18-15. Last year we were in the tournament when we paid the same. For that, we ain't been in the tournament for years. And then we get in the tournament last year. We'll come to find out we got FBI wiretap on the dude who's a first round pick, lottery draft last year in the NBA. Now he's a starting point guard in Cleveland. But when you get caught on that, it kind of messes up. It messes up your recruiting when you get caught doing something like that. It messes it up. It'll mess it up. But that's it for this episode of Thunder the Up. Nolan, you got anything to say, bro?